Alright everybody, today we are going to make a copper ring. I'm using this. This is about 3/32. It's pretty small. It's wire actually. And so we're going to use this. We're going to heat it up. We're going to put it in our little swage right here and turn it into a ring. Alright, let's get started. Alright, so here we go. I'm just going to lay it right down in there and pound on it. Well, I say pound. Tap on it. Firmly tap. And so that gives me a more rounded effect, and then it gives me a flat side right there, so that turns into a ring much easier. And so I need to work it a little bit further down, so what I'm actually going to do is kind of just bend it a little, and then I can work that without smashing the work I've already done. Alright, so here we are. So there we go. Make sure not to get overzealous on this part because you will totally flatten it out. Alright. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to bring it to the near side of the anvil. So I've isolated a little portion to work on. And now, all I'm doing is tapering and rounding and drawing out. That's it. We'll need this piece to make our penny scroll. There we go. So I've tapered it where I want it, and I'm bringing it further up on the anvil so I can draw out some more. And you can see right there, that's where I'm going to start making it real thin for that scroll. Okay. Now you can see how the copper color is starting to come back right there. If you're hot forging, that means it's time to take it back into the heat. Alright, so here we are again. I'm at the far side of the anvil now. Careful not to put my hammer over the edge because that'll start cutting that off. Don't want to do that. I'm just using the far side to kind of give me a mark. You know, because that's the part right there it's going to start being real thin for our scroll. And I'm rolling it just slowly as I go, which gives us a rounded look. Bringing this in just a little. There's a couple of marks on that thin spot I want to hammer out. Tilting my hammer just slightly to get in there, because you'll notice the hammer face is not completely flat on the anvil. You can rock it to either side. And so that gives me a great opportunity to get in close on some of this work and do some finely detailed work. Okay, here we are. I just want that a little smaller. Thin it out a little more so we can make a nice tight penny scroll. You can start tapping lighter because it's, so thin that you'll start working through it. It starts making flatter faces instead of a nice round look. So I'm tapping lighter now than I was before. Come back to a thicker spot. I'll tap a little harder again over here. There we go. Looks like we are ready to put this on the ring mandrel and make our scroll. Alright, here we go. We'll put it on the mandrel. Grab it with the tongs. Bend it around. There we go, and you can see that I've got this part of the shank much longer. Okay, because I didn't know what size I was going to want to make, so if you make just a little bit of extra, see it under there, a little bit of extra, then we can cut that off, and then we'll still have enough. But there's not a lot worse than getting ready and going, and then you don't have enough material to do what you want to do. You got to start over. I can just cut that off, then we'll be in good shape. Okay, here we are again. Just tightening that up. Okay, I'm going to bring that to there. I'm going to bend this piece up like that. Okay, here we are. Pull that out, and we'll just begin this twisting right in there. And that almost did it. That was so close. Oh, it didn't quite line up against the... Oh well. That's okay. That actually doesn't look half bad. Yeah, just straighten that up a little. Yeah, that could look good. Okay, just quench that other piece. I'm going to... Let's see if I can tighten that up. I'm going to quench this one too. I want to handle it with my hands here. Okay, so here we are. This ring's about a size 10 right now, by the way, in case you wanted to know. Tap that down. Copper is just lovely when you quench it. It gets real soft. Let's see, push that together. That piece. There we go. So all I did is I brought this little scroll more towards the middle. Bring that in so I can kind of hide the end of it. This is why I keep a flat face on my copper hammer. Sorry, the camera's jumping all over the place. So that I can work on these copper pieces. There we are. That does not look half bad. Now we brush. Now you never put wax, beeswax, on copper. It just does not do the same thing that it does to steel. You do not get a good effect. Looks pretty hideous. You just brush it, and that's all you do. Now I just like to use a steel brush, a handheld, and do it that way. You can go get a bench grinder and brush it like that, and it shines it up real nice. I mean, it's real shiny. But I like my pieces to look more handmade and more antique. And so that's the kind of clientele I like to serve as well. And so, yeah, just get some good brushing going on and with a hand brush, and you are just fine. Okay, so there we are, copper ring. So yeah, that's not a bad effect at all. I thought I ruined it. Looks pretty good. Alright, thanks for watching everybody. There's your copper ring, and be sure to subscribe.